the truth profoundly. These are Germans here. Follow me to the message clear. Go Paul, Das, and Paul. They say Duane the writer leads the way. Time to madness, it's blight. Gotta wake up, see the light.
Well, you got a lot out of that film. Yeah, so you wrote down all those things you mentioned, which you read in the books.
As quick notes as I can. I have a little tablet that does voice the text, so I spoke it out as clear as I could. I know that's not all of it, and I don't know if it's exactly that, but it's as close as I could get it.
Oh yeah, no, it's hard to
Phil?
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, Eric.
The stuff from those books kind of sounded AI generated. What's with that?
Why would you say that?
It just gives AI vibes.
Okay.
Back me up here, Duane.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No, you're way off.
Fooled me.
The AI, you're the AI. And so
you're saying the stuff from those books were not generated by AI?
No.
Guess I'm wrong. Sorry, Phil.
Well, I mean, is there a reality, not just a simulation?
Well, it's giving you hints. Okay, and this is why the fellow you were with was like he was, because again, he was simply, presenting something, and you were making the choice. And again, I interrupted you because it's like anything. It's very important to understand and see. Again, you just look at a building, a car, a person, whatever. You see the appearance of that. First of all, your mind takes in the appearance. Just like when you see a person walk down the street, oh, that's a fat lady. She must be really stupid. Well, the thing being is that, many times when you meet that so-called descriptive person like that, all of a sudden you find out that they're just really far out because there's so much more to them. And so looking at the building, you first described it, you first have an idea of it, which is fine, okay, because that's how our personal mind is. But then as you walk inside, all of a sudden, there's a lot more to it, you see? And so again, that's like anything. You have your idea about it because that idea is something that you created because you don't know what's next, you see? So as you take that step in there, then all of a sudden you see, wow, here's something I didn't know, but I thought it was something else. You see? So again, the idea is that it's not about what you know. It's about what you don't know. So this is where people get stuck with themselves. And we have one of the best examples here. Okay? And so again, now all of a sudden, as you start to see what you don't know, you start to experience something else than what you've decided. And so most people don't get this simply because they have been literalized to the system. You've been computerized, you've been programmed to the system, so you see things just one way. That's it, black and white, right and wrong. And today, in thinking, just like Eric said, oh, well, that sounds like the AI. Well, basically, to Eric, everything's going to sound like the AI because you're in the AI world, and anything else outside of it, well, you wouldn't even know what that is either, so you're probably just going to label it AI. See, so again, we are in, the era of labelization. Just label things, and that's it. But that ain't it. Not at all. But if that's what you want your world to be, fine, have it. But you see, what people don't see is, until they do recognize the real universe isn't beyond the isness, you're going to keep recycling here. That's real too. And this place is going to get worse and worse. That's real too, because it has. Look at the last 200 years. Look at the natural environment being destroyed. The whole world's polluted and poisoned in the last 200 years. What do you think? It's going to get better? It's getting worse. And you'll be back in future lifetimes. Worse conditions, more struggling, more suffering. And will you recognize the real guidance then? Who knows? No guarantee. You know, the real guys might try to contact you, but you won't recognize them probably, and you'll just go off and do your funny things like you did. So again, it's paying attention right now. So what you're seeing there, Phil, is you know, you're seeing and you're discovering things that are available to you. Okay, and as you explore, it exposes itself to you. And then what you get from that, you decide how you're going to figure it out. You're the decider. So again, nobody prompted you. Nobody told you what to do. You know, you just walking along the street, and all of a sudden, you know, there you are. You're inside this building, and you're having this experience with these books. The books are the first step. It's like reading something, you know. Just like Eric here, you know, he had to read the instruction manual before he could do the computer and the gaming and whatever. You have to read the instructions. You need the knowledge, and then eventually you pick it up and you be creative with it. You start creating your own things. You expand upon it, of course. You get the basics, you get the basic idea. And so it just depends upon how creative you will be to be able to, you know, handle what, you know, you're reading. First is the knowledge.
Wait a sec. Hey, Phil. That dude that made the sound.
Yeah.
That sound kind of reminded me of the sounds that Germa makes, like, all the time in my experiences.
What sound
Really
does
weird
it
sound.
make?
Like the sound.
Oh, you
He
did
kinda
that
makes
better
it
than I
sometimes.
did it. That's exactly what I heard.
Maybe the guy that you saw in your experience was Germa.
Who's Germa? Duane, do you know
No,
who
the real
Germa
guy I
is?
keep seeing in my experiences.
I've never heard that name before, I don't think.
Have you been listening? Bro.
A little bit.
He's the guy who was saying the other week that the G Fuel guy is the Callum god. I was in a Burger King with Germa. He held the door open for me once.
Oh. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, he let me leave the Burger King.
The Callum God is the devil.
Wait, Germa is the Kellen god?
No,
No,
Germa's a real guide.
Germa's the guide, and he was referring last week's experience. You weren't here, were you, last week? No.
But you weren't?
Eric was being told by Germa. See, Eric, in the experience, he was in Burger King, and he wanted to introduce Germa to the guy that he's got the contract with. And Germa said, see, Germa already knows who that is, Eric. Okay, so he's telling you who it is. You just don't know who it is. You just think it's somebody else, and that is Germa's telling him that's the Callum God. And the influences with the, that was the week before, is the contract, okay? See, the influence, and I write about it in the books, okay, that is the collective consciousness of everyone in creation, and it comes out to be like black tar, okay? And this influence takes on a life of its own, just like the AI, all right? And it's made up of the collective consciousness, because the collective consciousness overall, okay, just like, some food you buy at the store, there are some good parts in there, but overall it's not good. Yeah. And so that's the influence. It's an entity all its own, and it rules the Kalam God. The Kalam God is an actor. He acts out the role of the Lord God. And see, the gag is that the Kalam God is both God and devil. You see, that's why the world's like it is. People keep praying to God, and the world gets worse because you're praying to the devil. You see, it's a gag. There are no gods. These are self-made. There's no such thing. Life is an isness, it's awareness, and you are in creation. So, most people...
All life is awareness.
Yeah, but that's not creation. Creation is what it is. Creation is a fabrication. It's a simulator. It is not life, it's a simulation. Okay? There is a difference.
Understood.
Yeah. So if you read the books, and actually some of the things that you're reading there, I wrote. So
I have been trying my best to read. It's slow.
let's just take your time. This, again, that's the turtle effect, that because you got to work and things like that, and it's a lot, and if you have a family or things like that, so you just go at your own pace, Phil. It's all okay, because all life is now. It's all an isness now. And so, each person has their own life or what have you. But you're getting the knowledge and the references there, and your experience now is very, very good, because, you're moving along very well, from the times of before and the things you went through. But you're being shown certain things along the way. You see, you're being shown certain things along the way. And really, it's all about your agreements. Now you have an opportunity to make better choices. That's the whole idea. So either you stick with your old routines and everything you agreed to, or you learn to make better choices and consciously free yourself from your routines and what you don't recognize so far as tap lines. And it becomes very, very real. So, and I like the dragon bit there too, and Eric has the dragon body. The potential is there, but realistically, kids, I've seen so many people fail. It's so much easier to fail because this world is so deceptive. And you really want to pay attention to some of the obvious stuff, etc. And I have to deal with it too. I'm not exempt, etc. And it's a big journey. It really is. Don't fool yourself. It's just like growing old. You got a lot to go before you're old, and so you got a lot to go before you're going to be able to recognize a lot of this stuff. So little by little, and you'll see that you're not going to really get this knowledge anywhere else. You're going to get a lot of hocus pocus, a lot of sound good stuff, a lot of words and saying, and just like people that are religious, they keep quoting the Bible, old sayings and whatever, etc. And what does that mean? And the belief idea, that's like saying, oh, gee, I believe there's air. But it's not about belief. There is air. Okay, so, where does the idea of belief come in? It doesn't. It's all hocus pocus. So these things have been marketed to people for a long time. And a lot of people buy because they're unaware. And just like Eric's experience, the whole place goes under because that's what's coming up. Just being shown what's coming up. I didn't do anything. I'm just showing you what's coming up. So take it or leave it because it will show up. Yeah, it's all going to show up. They look at the skies out there with the streaks in the skies, chemtrails, that's all poison. How long do you think you're going to breathe here? You're not. Mm-hmm. So better pay attention. Yeah, and it ain't stopping. They're going to.
Duane, you've Breathed here for like 80 years, right? So I feel like I've got enough time.
You can think whatever you like. So again, things are
Okay.
happening outside of you. That's in your own head. Yeah. So unless you control the world and control all creation, which you don't, you're inside your head. That's as far as it goes. So you can think whatever you like, doesn't make it so. Yeah.
Mhm. So this Jerma Real Guide, has he came, if that is who it was, did he come to me because of Eric, or?
Well, not sure if it's Sherma. So again, just give it time.
Mhm.
Give it time. So it really doesn't matter. Okay, it does, but it really doesn't matter who. All right. So just like the sky, we have a sun near this planet. There's many suns. They all shine bright and even brighter. So the idea is that you need to pay attention to what you're going through and see what you're deciding. That's what matters. Doesn't matter who is what. Using the new you have the real guidance. And so pay attention to what you're deciding and what you're figuring out and recognizing. That's the important part. All life leads to one true reality, and that's the isness life is, which is endless. And
Awareness.
recognize that. Yeah, well, that's the idea, but the reality of it you must recognize. So you've got the literal idea, but just like the building is the idea. It's constructed, but inside the building is the reality of it, you see? Because the outside of the building, that's just the outside. And people have an idea of it. See, buildings are just ideas. Somebody had the idea, oh, I want to build this building. See, all that's ideas. And just like a high rise or a home or a car or anything,
All life is awareness.
you're seeing the ideas. But you need to recognize that awareness. Yeah, and that's the biggie. Not just first you get the idea, but then you need to recognize it. And most people, they won't. I've seen so many people come and go because, they actually get frustrated and actually many times turn to the dark side because they're just friggin' frustrated because they don't know how to see it. They don't know how to recognize it. And that's particular, yeah, all its own. And so again, you can think whatever you want. That's not it. Whatever you consider, that's not it. Yeah. It's something that you cannot consider. You have to learn to see it and recognize it.
You just have to become aware of it.
Yeah. And how it is. How it already is. This is the interesting part. It's not about that you're putting things together to get it or even figure it out. We use that idea. No, you can't figure it out. You have to learn to recognize it. It's seen and seen. And that's a lot. And because it's not like answering a question. Oh, gee, what is this or what is that? Oh, well, that's the front door and that's the back door. No, see, that's how our literal mind is set up. Okay, fine, you got the answer. Now you're thinking, okay, well, now I know everything. See, that's how you've been taught. Absolutes. You have been taught absolutes, and they're false. Oh, this is the truth, or this is the truth. You see, even the idea of truth is a fallacy. Everybody has their own so-called truth, okay? The clothes you wear, that's the truth for you. The place you live, that's the truth for you. And your ideas and how you express yourself, that's your truth, okay? And then that's your absolute too, because you just consider, well, gee, I'm really doing good. I'm fine. Everything's cool. All right, fine. And you can live in that bubble forever and you just keep reincarnating because you're duh. Because life has nothing to do with creation and thinking. We only do that here in creation. And we need creation, okay? We need creation as an objective view. It's very important. But then eventually get beyond it, like the caterpillar goes through the cocoon stage to become the butterfly. And it's a struggle to get out of that cocoon. But he created the cocoon, so eventually he could get through it and no longer be the caterpillar crawling on its belly but flying. So life itself shows us the transition. And so this is what creation is. It's a transition, it's a process. But if you just keep agreeing to what you've always known, then that's all you'll have. That's real. And many people think, well, that's fine, I'm fine with that. But you don't see the bigger picture. You will grow old, you will forget you were here, and you will come back again and start again, just like you did, and try to figure things out again. And you will be the effect of everything around you and the world, no matter how it is. So right now, life might be good, but it ain't going to stay that way, because cause and effect, just like the tide in the ocean, up and down, things change all the time. Hey, there are wars going on. You got wars with Israel, Lebanon, Ukraine, all this stuff. They're doing World War III right there. They want to infect the whole planet again. It ain't stopping here. Yeah, it's not stopping here at all. And people think, oh, we have a new president, things will be better. No, it will be worse. Give it 4 years. Watch what happens. It's always worse because these people are puppets, okay? And it's not going to change because the world controllers, the disasters, the suffering, the deaths, whatever, this is their entertainment. They've set it up as their entertainment. You're in it. You're in human farming, just like you read in the book. Yeah, very real. So, you think your routines are going to save you? No, they're not. So you better explore and become more aware so that you
life
can.
Is awareness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of awareness, tomato awareness G Fuel is in stores right now. And you could buy it, and you should buy it, because it's really fucking good.
Well, Eric, you're back in your experience, and Phil's a witness, and that is that, yeah, it's all going to come to an end.
What do you mean?
It'll all show up.
You're going to destroy the world. I knew it. I fucking
No,
knew it.
I'm not destroying anything. I'm trying to wake people up, Eric. In the experience, I'm giving you a warning. And it has to be exaggerated for you to pay attention. But even when it is, you're still not paying attention. It's just an exaggerated experience, like it's all going to go under, Eric. Yeah. I'm just showing you how it works, that it's going to go under. I'm not destroying anything. No, that was all an act, see? Because you're back here, you're fine. Nobody died. There was nothing. It was all an act. But it was a warning. A warning there. But you decide. I've seen the best seers fail because they never saw it. You got to give yourself time.
Well, Duane, I'm built different. I'm not the best seer.
Yeah, everybody thinks they're different. This is funny when people say that.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not the best seer.
Yeah. It's not about being a speaker.
I didn't say a speaker. A seer, like you said. You said the best seer. You've seen the best seers fail. I'm not the best seer, so I think I'll be fine.
Well, that's what it takes to get through that.
You just said you saw the best seers fail. So if I'm not the best seer, I also fail. And if I'm the best seer, I fail. There's no winning, Duane. This is a losing game. The fuck are you doing?
Well, again, Eric, that's in your mind.
Then tell me how it is.
No. You have to go through it, and
That's
then
your whole job. What else are we paying you for?
That would be nice. Yeah, I should be paid for this. Because you're not going to get it anywhere else. Look at what you would pay a psychiatrist to screw up your mind. You got to go pay them, and they're going to screw you up. But you gladly pay them because you think, oh, he's a doctor. He's been indoctrinated by the system and he's smart, so I should pay him. Yeah, that's the world there. I didn't make it. Everybody decides their position. Mine is simply showing people how to wake up. Yeah. And who's doing that? Go find someone else to do it. You won't find them. You won't. So, okay. We've been here almost 2 hours. It's good. Okay, Phil. Well, that was a good experience. You guys have your experiences. They're good experiences. From what I see,
Oh, yeah,
you're telling
they are.
a lot. They're all good. They're all very, very good. And so, again, the experiences are hints to something else. Always something else. So that's
Do you have any
your
experiences to share while you're here?
to learn to see that. I just did. I
What do
gave
you
you a
mean?
lot of experience. Yeah.
No, your real side experiences.
I don't have any. They're all invisible.
Wait, what? You said before that you do, and I just wouldn't get it.
Well, I was just
And now you're
kidding.
saying you don't? You don't have any experience. You don't have real side experiences.
No, I don't want them.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that was like a choice.
Yeah, you can. Anybody can choose whatever. All life's invisible. I'm only interested in what's invisible that you can't see. That's my focus. So I don't need the experiences. You do.
So what makes you different?
Me deciding my life.
Oh, so I can just decide that I don't
You
need
decide
them.
whatever you want. Yeah, you can decide whatever
Okay,
you want.
cool. I guess I'm super aware, and I don't need my real side experiences anymore.
Well, that's up to you. They can all stop.
I
It's
could
not
just
that
decide that I don't need them.
it's not that I don't. It's just that mine are particular to where they're not
You
pronounced.
just said that you don't, like 2 seconds ago.
See, again, you keep taking everything that's said literally and you box it up, thinking that, oh, that's it. No,
I feel
it's
like you're
not.
backtracking. Are you backtracking?
See, there you go again. You're not even understanding what you're saying.
I feel like I know exactly what I'm saying.
It's obvious. Well, you hear the words, but you don't understand it because, again, it's only your own understanding. You don't understand from another person's point of view if they're understanding what you're saying. See, only if they're the same. It's like two computers talking to each other. As long as they got the same program, they understand each other. See?
Oh, I get it. So you just decided that you do have experiences now.
See, again, you made that up.
Well, I'm just inferring because you did previously say that you don't have experiences, and now you're saying you do. So I figure
I'm
that somewhere
waiting.
along that span of like a few minutes, you decided
I'm
you
actually
decide
waiting.
differently.
I'm actually waiting for you to say something indifferent to what you already know. But it's not happening yet. You just
I'm
go
glad you're
along
patient.
with what you already know. That's what you keep repeating. You keep repeating what you already know. You don't refer to anything that you don't know.
Well, I do know that you just said that you
It's
don't
gonna
have real side
no.
experiences.
I was saying what you don't know, and you keep referring to what you do know.
Oh, I see. What I don't know is why you backtracked.
Well, there's something you don't know. But again, the idea is yours.
You know.
No, you
Oh,
don't know
okay.
what I know.
Squares that.
See, again, you keep telling me what you know.
Well, I just said what I don't know.
It takes a little while to get it, Eric, but eventually you will. If you keep at it, you will. But You have to practice being nothing. Try that.
Done.
But that's going to take a lot. Yeah.
Well,
What is
see,
it?
Duane, I listen to you all the time, so I just decided that I'm nothing, and here we are.
But you have to see that and apply it in a particular way. So this is...
You just said I can decide whatever I want, bro.
You can. I'm just giving you an idea how to decide so that you can see it better, but you can decide however you want. That's all up to you. See the mind game here? See, you want to play this mind game, and it really goes nowhere. Because you will stay self-convinced. So it's going to take time to get through yourself. You decide how you're going to get through yourself that you've created. Only you can do that. The guys can give you the hints, but you have to decide how this is going to be done, and you have to learn to be clever, because it's way more than you can consider, because you can't consider it. Yeah. Because you are programmed. Just like a computer, it's programmed. It cannot consider itself. It can only run its program. And it can only consider the program it's running. So figure that one out. It can consider, but it can't consider. Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it? See, it can't consider itself, but in a way it can consider the program it's running. And see, that's you. You're running a program. You can consider that. But can you consider something else that's not the program?
Of course.
Of course. Okay, well, there you go. Is Phil getting this?
I'm following what you're saying, Duane, not so much Eric.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm right. That's not it, because each person is going to approach it in their own way. Just like you're in the gaming world, Eric, look at all the different ways and the different areas that people have decided that they like to, position themselves with. So, yeah. The real side experience is what we start off with. Okay, and this is important. But there's something else that you're not seeing. And that's real. But you have to learn to recognize it. And it's not about the experience itself, but you need the experience until you don't need it anymore. Look at the sun shining. Does it need real side experiences? No. The air you breathe? Yeah. Because it already is. It's an isn't. Those are examples, not absolutes. There's a difference. So learning to recognize that. So you've created yourself. You learn to recognize yourself, your routines, your tap lines. You're in creation. You learn to recognize creation and all the multi-dimensions. And eventually you get to the point where, it's possible to recognize the real universes. But that's a big step, and you really have to decide that. So you go through the phases. You need to go through all the phases, etc. And so have fun with that. It takes time, just like growing up, just like when you were a little guy and to where you are now. It takes time. Takes a lot of years. Took all those years. Yeah, and there's a lot more now. Now what you've touched upon is endless. There is no this or that or, conclusions or answers or whatever. There's none of that. That doesn't exist. That only exists in creation. So if you want to be more aware than just what you're aware of in creation, then you have to learn to see and recognize what creation isn't. Yeah. And how life is. So in a way, you might say that life has its own language, which really starts off as silence, recognizing the silence that it is, but not the silence that you're thinking of, because it's aware. It's an all aliveness is what it is. It's real. It's not simulation. So you have to learn to recognize what simulation is and what is not simulated. Yeah. And that's a lot to recognize. Because right now you're thinking that, oh, I'm a human person, I'm alive, I'm breathing, whatever. This is simulation. But you have awareness. Stop thinking.
I thought you said I wasn't an animal.
I already told you, we already went over all that. Those are body types. We already went through all that.
Well, yeah, but you just said that I'm also not a human person.
No, we're awareness.
Oh, right, I am awareness. You're not, I am.
See, again, that's a game you play with yourself, which is fine, Eric. It doesn't matter what you say. It only matters what is. That's real. So whatever you think, that's all made up. So it's fine. So it's the old saying, sticks and stones can hurt my bones, but names will never hurt me. So, it's an old saying we learned in school. This is all funny stuff, but we have to go through this. You can't just leaps and bounds into it because it's invisible to your personal self. It's completely invisible. But that becomes the best part. But it takes a while to get used to it. Yeah, it takes a while to get used to it. Yeah. But, you guys, you kids are doing good. You're fine. You have these really good experiences. And so you decide how you're going to sort it out for yourself. And yeah, take notes, do reading, whatever. If you need any of the books, I'll send them to you. Put them in the Skype here, PDF, etc. You need whatever, look at the stuff that I write. It's all over the internet anyhow, but anything you need. And then the real side, you'll get it too, like Phil's experience. It's there too. If you investigate, you can eventually get to the universal files, which shows you the real history of Earth, what's really taking place. And that's what you've touched upon there, Eric. Phil, is the universal files. There are areas in the other dimensions that have the real information and experiences and knowledge, not just the BS that you get here and the BS news and all that stuff. The actual events in that are recorded exactly how they happened. And so, like when you go into the library there on the real side, you can look up certain things and it'll show you the actual event itself, not this marketing ploy that we get here. Yeah, that's the real side. That's why I call it the real side. Yeah, and you can. So have fun, take your time exploring, and you decide what you want. Yeah. My focus is always on the invisible, being to being. That's my focus. And yes, there are real side experiences, but the ones that I pay attention to
being
is
to being,
where I'm helping others. BEING.
Oh,
So,
not BEAN. Okay, I got
see,
you.
again, that's your thinking, Eric. You're thinking of a burrito at Burger King. Okay. Yeah. See, that's your routine thinking.
Burger King doesn't have burritos.
They do. You just got to order it.
Wait, I didn't know about this. I gotta try it.
Oh, sorry that you didn't know, but now you do.
Oh my god, I gotta head there tomorrow. I'm super curious.
Duh. See, there is something you don't know, right?
You just got to be more aware, Eric.
Have fun with
By
this.
seeing the new
mind,
you
look
at
around.
maybe they'll give me a burrito.
New you.
New.
She might have fallen asleep. Eric sounds like Elton John.
Kind of pleasing a little bit.
AI Elton John. Don't touch that G-fungus stuff.
Eric's gonna be a moldy donut with mushrooms. A mushroom donut.
Yeah, you kids are fun.
You crew, we gather round real guys, bring the truth profound. These are Germans here, for me to the message clear. Go Paul dance and Paul, they say Duane the writer leads the way. Time to madness, display, gotta wake up, see the light. Don't think, just feel the vibe. The sun's are gonna cosmic drive. Break the chains, the mental hold. Truth unfold, the storms are guide. A cosmic drive. Break the chains, the mental hold. The truth unfold, the story told. We strong, and unite front. Against the darkness, we will hunt. Time to break the simulation spell with new you power. We are skibbity new you. Breaking free from the matrix. Forces lurking, reptilian scheme. That lies that control a twisted dream. You together, we rise above. Shattering the lies, spreading risky. I knew you staring at the thing to be done. Staring at the sun, the only thing to be done.